record.
Yeah, Ram, I was about to ask that.
Oh man, I'm really sorry actually.
Yeah, you should have previous recordings or something like that, right? Or you want to record whatever you're discussing?
Actually, I'll be recording.
Yeah, from next session. Anyway, you can start recording from now, and then from
Yeah,
next session,
I
I'll
just
also make
started
sure.
recording.
You'll also make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I generally make sure, and I do that. Somehow I forgot. Actually, we started a bit late, so I just wanted in a hurry to start up and finish it up,
Right,
right?
right, 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 right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why.
next time we'll be, right in time. We'll make sure that, okay. And the next thing is, are you going to share this presentation?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Ram.
That's good. Fine. So now the next thing is about it is like this one. Byte is a lower capacity container. Int is a higher capacity. Well, so in example,
Hey, Ram, can I bother you for a second? Quickly, did you restart? Now you're recording, right?
yeah, I've just started recording.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Let's talk about int and byte.
You there?
Hey, Ram. Hello. We can't hear your voice. Type somewhere only. Chat in the computer. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, hello.
yes,
Am I audible now?
yes, I can hear you. I don't
Yeah,
see
yeah,
your
sorry.
screen.
Okay, okay. Now,
Yeah, now I can see.
okay. Actually, power went off in my place, so I just connected a different connection.
Oh, I see.
Int ii equals to if I want to take something like this one, 234. Okay, and there's a byte here. Byte the range is what is the range of byte?
My minus 128 to 128.
Correct. To 127.
Oh, 127.
Minus 128 to 127. I'll take in within the range of this one. I'll take byte. This is not within the range of byte, so I'll take a number that is within the range. I should take
Okay.
109. So so okay. I'll do in reverse way first. I'll come back to this one. I'll go from low to higher. I'll byte BB. I'll take here equals to. I'll take how much? I'll take something within the range 23. Right, int x equals to bb. Now in this case, what am I doing here? Sorry.
You're converting the byte 23 into integer.
Right, I'm assigning the data inside this byte variable to integer. This means integer byte to integer. It's going from byte to integer. And this one is having lower capacity, and integers can always accept what is there in the byte.
Ram, I can't hear you.
Okay. having some connection problem.
గో టు మీటింగ్ బానే ఉంటుంది దీనికంటే.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, today a bit of disturbance is here. I'm really sorry. Actually, just now Vishal called me and I connected through my mobile. So when I pick his call, this one got disconnected.
Okay. So every time you restart, are you recording, right?
Yeah, it is being recorded
Okay. Okay.
because
Got
you're on the line, right? So
Yes.
if someone is there in from the any of the participant, it will be recorded.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about here int and byte here. So in this case, what I'm doing here, I'm transferring data from byte to int. So there is no issue. I don't see any issue. But in the second case, what I'm doing here, take a look here. Now I have data inside integer and I'm trying to put inside a byte. Although
Right.
109 is within the range of byte, but still is giving me error. What's the error if you see here?
Type
Type
is
mismatch
cannot convert into byte.
into byte. So when you know explicitly that the data inside int is within the range of byte, we can typecast it or convert it. This is called as explicit conversion. We'll write byte here. So this is the way to tell compiler that so whatever the data inside this II is within the range of byte that can be converted.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
that is explicit conversion. Need to use some syntax to tell the compiler to do a conversion for us like this.
So we need explicit conversion only when we go from the reverse, like from the higher to lower.
Lower to higher. We want to give some data. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. High to low. But in most of the cases, you'll see always we will be using int most of the time. So would need not worry about this much. But at times, if you get some kind of error, just for your information, you will know that this is the error. This is what you have to do.
Okay.
Moving on, variable types here. Variable in terms of Java, they are based on the type of value it contains. It can be based on the purpose of and scope of declaration. So based on the type, if we discuss, it is primitive type and reference type. Primitive type is something that can store the value directly.
Mm-hmm.
Reference type means this class type. We'll discuss about the class going further. Class type. Next thing is based on the purpose and scope of declaration. It is up to types, local, instance, and static. So till now, whatever we declared within the method are all local variables. Block level variable inside method, constructor, block, or loop. See here, whatever we declared here within the main method, right?
Okay.
If you declare anything within a method, it is called as local variable. So this is declaration. So this line is declaration. Declaration means we're declaring that J is of type int. J is a variable of type int.
Okay.
It is called as declaration. I can take string as well. String, if I take string s equals to, I'll write Sanam. This means what I'm doing here?
Declaring.
I'm declaring s as string here. Also, I'm assigning Sanam to s in the same line. Declaration and assignment on the same line.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
All right, that's good. Next thing is instance variable. Instance is object level variable. When you learn about class and all, we'll discuss about instance and static. Any question on this variable? Yeah, don't worry about instance and static. We'll
Okay.
discuss it when we discuss about the object. Because without learning about the class and object, I cannot explain this one.
Okay.
Now, function or method. So what is function or method? Any idea? Any idea what is the method function in real time?
It returns value.
Which returns value?
No. Actually, this is in terms of Java. When you say function or method means we're doing some action. It can be any action. It can
Okay.
be eat, sleep, clean. See, don't worry when I ask question. If you don't answer, it's okay. So you don't have to ask Radha for the answers. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't have, or you don't know, just simply ask him. Yeah. Perfect. Ram. You got it.
Okay. It can be eat, sleep, cleaning, any action you can think about. Example for math, if you say the what are methods, we have square method. What does it do?
Square method multiplies number of times, how many times?
Yeah, it multiplies itself with the same number. If I give 4 here, what is the output I'm going to get? Square of 4, 4 into
16.
4, 16. That's right. Yeah. So method something, it generally takes some input and it gives some output. So 2 here, if it is the input here, and if you go through the method find square, output is going to be 4.
Okay.
Likewise, if you eat sandwich, you may not give some output immediately. In Java, we call this kind of actions as method. It is done in 2 steps: method definition and implementation, or next thing is method calling. First thing, we declare the method, we'll prepare the method, and the next step is we'll call the method. Okay, method looks something like this: public int or void square. Now, what is public is a access modifier. That means where can you use this method? Is public modifier. We'll discuss about the access modifier in the modifier section. For now, it is public means it can be accessed anywhere. Okay. So this find square method is going to take some input and it's going to give some output. The type of output is going to give us is called return type. Find square, if we take 4 here and we're going to give us 16. 16 is of type what? Integer. Right? So it is called return type. Before the method name will write, type of value is going to return type. Next thing is method name. What is the method name? Method name can be anything. Find square. I can write a method find square and I can also do subtraction. So Java doesn't care about what is the name you are giving. Name is all for humans. For machine, it is just operators. Okay. Find square. And what is the type of, what are the data you are taking as the input? What are the data you're taking as input will be mentioned in the or called as parameter or argument list.
Okay.
So input here after the method and before the method, what the type of value is going to return. It can only return one method can return only one value. And the logic one value, yeah, one return statement can be written for a method.
Okay.
Okay. For example, if I tell you, if you want to add 3 numbers, so you require 3 input, A, B, C, and then you need to add them, and then you need to return the addition. Right?
Okay.
The
Right.
return is going to be only one, but input can be multiple. But input can be anything.
Okay.
Also, sometimes if the method don't want to return anything, we'll write in this place void.
Okay.
Okay. And between this curly braces, what we will write is called as method body or the implementation.
Okay.
This is method definition or implementation. Next thing is return type of method can be void. Void means it doesn't return anything, primitive types or reference type.
Okay.
Next thing is int result equals to find square. That means what? We're calling the find square method, and while calling it, we'll give the value. We'll pass the value and it will evaluate the value, this thing, and will give it the result here. We'll do it. We'll do in Java, and we need to pass the value when the method is called. Let's see here. Let's go and try to write a method to add two numbers. How do I do that? Public, then
Int.
if I if I add two numbers, I'm going to get another int. If I add two integers, I'll get another int here. Okay, then
Find.
you can write addition.
Find I plus. Okay.
And you can, again, it don't have to be like stick with some name, because Java doesn't care about the name. You can write anything.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then it's going to take some input, right? If you want to add something, for example, if you want to add two numbers, would require two numbers, int a, int b.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and after that I give a square bracket and here, and within this we're going to write the logic. I'll declare another variable int c here, c equals to a plus b. Okay, and at the end, now what I'm doing here, I got a here, I got b here, I added a and b and stored in c. Correct?
Right. Great.
Okay. And at the end, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just return the value. Return C. So our method is ready.
Okay.
Any question in this one?
No.
Okay. And how do we call this method from here? And you know very well, main method is a method from which execution will begin. So we need not worry about other methods. So from here, the execution will begin. And
Okay.
main is static method. So don't worry about the static. I'll discuss about it later on. Static method, from a static method, we cannot call it non-static method. That's why I'm putting in this one is static as well. Writing static is not mandatory. If you want to call a non-static method from a static method, you need to create object. And after discussing about the object and all, I'll take of the static.
Okay.
Okay. And here I'm in the main method, and I want to call this method. And what is the method name to call this? What is the method name here?
Addition.
Addition. Addition. And in that, I would require, there are two things, A and B. Okay. So I'll write here. I need to pass to data. So what do you want to add? Please tell me two numbers.
5, 3.
5 and 3. I did it. Okay. So after calling this method is going to return how much?
8.
8. So 8, that's why I will store this value. Write int, write result. You can write anything. Again, name can be anything again. Okay. So I'm just writing result equals to addition of 5, 3. Now within the result, what is the data is stored?
8.
8. Okay. So let's print that one.
Stand on.
Yeah. There is shortcut for this one. I'll tell you what is shortcut. You can type SYSO and press Control space. Do you have Eclipse open right now? Yeah. Do you have Eclipse open right now?
Yeah, I'm opening it. I think.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'll do here this one. See here. SYSO. Press Control and space. I believe yours is a Windows system. Control is there. Windows system. I remember. Yeah. That is result. I'm going to print result here. So now if I run this one, it's going to return, it's going to print 8. This one is coming from the previous one, previous is out. I'll comment that. Yep. Any question?
No. So under the main method, we have to write this system dot
Yeah.
out.
No. This one can be written anywhere. This one can be written on this one as well. But I just don't want to write. In
Oh,
this method, the purpose is to I just want to add the two numbers and I just want to return this.
okay. So when you run it, it runs this method to write that the public till return C.
Yeah, it will see how this flow is going to be. First, it's going to run main method.
Okay.
Main method. There is a method called as addition. While coming to this one, the control will come to here. 5 will
Okay.
be transferred to here. 3 will be transferred to B.
Okay.
Now 5 3 will be there, and int C is equal to 5 plus 3, 8. Now 8 will be returned to this one, and then you will have the 8 here. 8 will be assigned to result here, and you're printing result.
Okay.
Call is coming here as well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Right. The next thing is I want to go for write a method to just print hello. I want to write a method to print hello. Please tell me how do I do that?
Public stat hello is I can give string.
Yeah. Tell me public
Static string.
static. No. Actually, the thing is, I don't want to return. This time, I don't want to return. Earlier, I wanted to return the addition. This time, I just want to print hello. I don't want to return anything to any method.
So system dot out print ln hello.
Correct. That will do. I'm just writing a method to wrap it up. So I'll write here void because I don't want to return. When you don't return, you should write void here. And I'll write here the method name. What can be the method name? Please tell me one method name.
Name.
Right. Name you can write. Okay. Then
System dot print dot ln name.
yeah. After that, you give here like this one
Okay.
and this one. Okay. And here and I'll write here this out. I want to print hello.
Mm-hmm.
Our method is ready.
Yes.
In this one, I'm not taking any input. I'm not giving any output. Not
Right.
taking any input here. Not giving output. I'm just printing hello. And how do I call this one? I can come here and write here name. We call this one. The call will from here. The call will go to here. It will print hello.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, makes sense?
Yes.
Now what I want to do, I want to modify this one a bit. Instead of hard coding it to hello, whatever I'll pass from here, it should print that.
Okay.
Okay. And what I'll do here is I'll take this one string and text to be printed, right? I'll write text here. I like input text now. And I'll pass here. What do I pass? I'll pass here. Tell me something which I should pass.
Mm.
What do you place right now? New Jersey.
Okay.
Okay, whatever that it doesn't matter. Okay. This one I want to print. If I want to print, I'll print here like this.
Okay.
Okay. Now if I run this one, it will print whatever it will pass here. I'll pass here some jibber jabber jabber. I'm just going to print that. Any question? Any question on this one? Please ask.
No.
Understood about the method? What are the methods here? What is the method? What does it do?
Yes.
Now, one thing you should observe is what is string here? String is nothing but class. String is a class.
Okay.
Integer is primitive type. So everywhere that you see the keyword are all, this what different colored out by Eclipse. And you can see all the keywords are different colored out. Some brownish color is there. Brown and blue bold color is there.
Right.
And there's something string means within double quotes you will give right blue color will get. So Eclipse do this thing.
Okay.
This one is different from this one, so don't mix it up. This one is italic and a deep shade of blue, right? Out
Okay.
here. We'll discuss our system at a later point of time. When you understand about static and all, we'll understand this.
Okay.
Any question on this one?
No.
Moving on. The method is done. So what are the two steps? Method definition and method calling. How do you call the method? In the calling only will pass the dead data. In this one, we'll take its variable. While
Okay.
calling, then only you should not take 4 or 5 here because we
Okay.
don't know. If you want to method, we can reuse the method. If I want to call, I want to print something again. I can call this method as many times I want. I'll write here, write what I like India. A method can be called as many times as you want.
Okay.
There is no restriction on number of times, but there's variables to be passed. But if I call this addition method and I do not pass anything, I'll pass only 4. That's an issue. It will say error. Why error? Because this method is accepting 2 input here and you're giving only 1 input.
Okay.
The addition int is the type demo is not applicable to an argument list int. It is accepting intent and you are passing only 1 int. That's not
Oh,
applicable.
okay.
Right? Not applicable. Moving on, okay. I'll take another 5 minutes. Okay, this one we cannot cover in. Okay, we'll try. So, okay, I'll give you a case study here. Okay, and we can think about you got a lottery of $20 million. Okay,
Mhm.
and with that, what will you do if you get such a big, huge amount? What is the first thing you'll do? If you
Uh,
got a lottery.
Maybe put in a bank.
Okay. So bank will not give you that much return as much as investment. So maybe you plan with you plan with your husband and you plan to do some investment somewhere. Okay. And you found out that real estate is a good deal right now. I'm just saying. I'm just assuming. Okay.
Mhm.
And you go for it. You go for the real estate, and to before investing a big in a big time project, you want to do a small project, pilot project you want to do, and you try to build a colony.
Okay.
And what is the first action you do here to build the colony?
First look for the land.
Correct. Okay. So you look for the land and you got the land.
Okay.
Then
Um, then plan for and how many homes we can build because it's a colony. We are trying to build.
correct. So what you told is totally correct. We will look for the plan. We'll look for how how colony is going to be, how each home is going to be. Each colony means you will get like a similar flats. Will do right.
Right.
So the plan that you do, does it exist in real life in
Sorry.
land? The plan that you do, does
Mhm.
that will exist in the land?
No, it will not be on the land. We have to plan it somewhere else.
Right.
I mean, on the
Plan, I
paper.
mean, correct. Will only with pen and paper. It's a plan. It's a blueprint. You can say. It's a template. You can say,
Right.
right? And that plan is nothing but class here.
Okay.
Class is a thought is a basic house, a bedroom, kitchen, and dining room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and The house that you make based on this plan is called as objects here.
Objects. Okay.
Okay. That means what? Each of the house will have dining room, kitchen, and bedroom. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. And each of them is separate thing. Now I'll assume this one as give this one as F1, F2, F3. I'll give this one name as, okay. And within that there's kitchen in F1, kitchen in F2, kitchen in F3. Now F1 family decides to bring a new oven. Would that be available to F2 and F3?
No.
No, right? Likewise, if F2 people they decides to get a new dining table, okay, will that be available to F1 and F3?
No.
Then is what you understand? We understand that each of the class will have separate copy of these variables or these fields.
Okay.
F1 will have kitchen, likewise F2 will have kitchen, likewise F3 will have kitchen. So they don't share this one. Whenever will create object or create a house, each of them will going to have one of the copy of this.
Okay.
Okay. So in this case here, we'll take flat owner. Flat owner is going to be different from the three flats here. Then you have flat rent. Flat is going to be different. Members in a flat. In flat F1, there could be 2 members. Flat F3, there could be 5 members. Flat F2 could be 10 members. Anything. Right?
Yes.
And add a member, delete member, and clean flat. The other possible stuff they can have. The other 3 methods. If you add a member to F1, will that is going to increase or decrease the member count in F2?
No.
If they got blessed with the baby, will that not increase the member count in F2?
Right.
Right? If F3 decides to clean their flat, will that clean F1 and F2?
No.
No, right? So that is about class and object. So we'll go through this definition here. Let's see. A class can be defined as a template blueprint that describes the behavior or state that the object of its type support. Okay. Next thing is an entity has a state and behavior is known as object. Object is the instance of class. Now here states are variable, behavior are methods. Any question to this point? Please go through it. Any question? Yes, no?
About this entity that has state and behavior is known as object.
Yeah, anything. I mean, anything that has stated behavior, entity can be anything.
Okay. Here state or variables and behavior or methods.
Right.
Okay.
Class doesn't have physical existence, whereas objects have. Like plant doesn't have existence, house will have, right? Create some
Right.
object here of a class. How does it create? Assume the student is a class here. That means is this how we're going to create object. Student is a class here. S1 is the reference here. This is called as object.
Okay.
This is called as constructor. To create the object, we need to call the constructor of that class.
Okay.
Like variable is to store literal or constant. Reference is to store object. Now S1 you see is similar to variable. It's called as reference variable, or you call it reference. Like what int I equal to 10 means what I is, what is I?
Integer, right?
I is a variable. A
Okay.
variable of type integer. It can store integral values. Correct? Like here S1 means S1 is a type student. S1 is a type student. And S1 can store student object.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, we'll just create a flat here. I'll create a class called as flat.
Okay.
See, I'm creating in the same package because Both are related classes. Both are all belongs to fundamentals. That's why I'm not creating a new package for every class. So whenever
Okay.
I discuss a different topic and all together, in that case, I'll create different packages because packages are used to group related classes.
Okay.
I create flat class. Okay, flat is here. Now in that class, I'm going to take three members, take three things, and I'll write rent. Rent is I'm going to write owner. Owner is what kind of data? Owner name. What kind of data it's going to be?
Owner, it's named as string.
Correct. That's right. String owner. Okay, I'll do like this one. And what else? And the flat will have members. Members. What kind of data will have for the members?
It can be varchar. I mean, both.
Int. Varchar is for Oracle or database that you say in integer here. Right?
Okay.
I've been through this, please don't worry. Int members and what does have? Rent. Rent can be in decimal, that's all a double rent. Right, okay. I'll write the methods here. Method is how do I add my method? I'll write public void add member. Add member in which what I'll do in this one I'll add a member. What did I do? Okay, within this one I want to add a member. That's all right here. Member equals to members plus one. This will add a member, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, a member count is 4. What will do? 4 plus 1. Now equals to is what is equals to is not comparison. It is assignment.
Okay.
Okay. So generally, if we learn about mathematics and all, we'll assume that equals to is equals to comparison. But in terms of this one, uh, Java or any language that you see, equals to will always become assignment.
Okay.
I'll write another method called as public void delete member. Members equals to members minus 1. And write another method called as public void clean flat. Because I don't want to return anything to any method, that's why I'm just writing this one. Okay, clean flat. In this case, I just want to write here this out. Flat is cleaned for which person plus owner. I'll write a main method because without main method there is no execution.
Right.
Main control space. And how do we create object? We create like we saw student equals to nucleus. What is student here is a class.
Mm-hmm.
What S1 here is the reference. What is the entire thing is called as object. This a constructor. The same way, if I want to create object of flat, how do I create? I first write flat, then I'll give some
New
name. I'll write some variable name f1 equals to correct. Then new
flat.
flat. This is how I created object here. Okay. So this flat has what does it have? It has owner name, members, and rent. It has owner name, member, rent. So,
Right.
and these are not the local variable. What did I declare them? I just declared them outside of any method. If you see this one, the always declaration was within the method. All the declaration I did within the method. But in this case, I declared them outside of the method. And this is called as instance variables.
Okay.
Okay. And to access instance variable, because flat and each copy of the class will have one copy of instance variable. So in order to access owner for flat F1, right, we write F1 dot owner. I'll give some name here. I'll give him, right?
Yes.
Let F1 dot members. I'm putting randomly. I'm not sure. I'm making 4. Hypothetically, rent equals to, I'll give something 45,000.00. I may not give in 00. If I don't give 00, it will take as .0 because this is double type.
Okay.
Any question to this point? How to create an object and what is the object?
No.
This is similar to write, if I write like this, int I equals to 34. That means what? What is I?
Variable.
Of type
Int.
int. Likewise, F1 is a,
Variable or reference.
yes. It actually should be reference variable, but we'll take out the variables, call it a reference. And for the reference of type,
String.
flat is here, right?
Oh.
Before F1, flat is here.
Oh,
F1 is a type flat, it's not a type string.
okay.
Okay. And what I is storing?
34.
Yeah, 34, some integral data, constant. What F1 is storing? Flat object. Flat object. This is the object. F1 is not the object. F1 is the reference which is storing the object.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's just one what to say. I just wanted a comparison, do a comparison between F1 and this one, flat and reference type and integral types or primitive types. Clear on this one?
Yes.
We'll continue from here in the next session. Next session is going to be your Monday, my
Tuesday morning.
my Tuesday morning, right? So just go through this stuff. Any question I can ask me in the next session.
Sure.
Hey, Ram, who is going to share the videos?
I'll ask Vishal for this one.
Okay, and also please share the presentation as well, so that way whatever that has covered, so she can quickly take a look at it and then practice it.
Fine.
Yeah,
We'll do
could you please share it, once the class is done? I mean, I don't know whoever.
Yeah, if you can share sometime, next couple of hours, that'll be helpful. Ram.
Okay, I'll do. I'll make it in. I'll ask Vishal to do that.
Sure.
Fine.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, same to you.
Bye.